Trouble with the buttons this morning, but we made it. Good morning. It is Wednesday, December 10th. We are 90 days out from March 10th. The DTD2 continues this week. You are DTD2ing, do the database 2. You're calling your P's and your L's. You're texting your V's. You can do that this morning in Fight Club. That is at KWFightClub.com. That is open at 9 o'clock. It's there every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to 11, so you can have a safe space to go do the next right thing. Sometimes that's all it really takes. We're going to be going into, while we're here, let's discuss it. Got a few minutes. This is going to be January. We'll start year 4 of Fight Club. And I know what you're thinking. You're like, wow, have I been ignoring it for 4 years? Almost 4 years. We start Fight Club year 4 in January. This past year, this current year, 2025, we added the midday protocol, and that is going to be headed into its second year, obviously, if you're doing the math and keeping score at home. Both of these just serve as bookmarks, right? Or book holders, right? If you have a bookshelf at home, or maybe it might be a little passe at this point, but maybe you have an old head in your life, maybe your dad or your grandmother or your grandfather, and they've got a bookshelf, and on either side of the bookshelf, there might be bookends, these weighted things that hold all the books up so they don't fall. Maybe you know what I speak of. If not, play along for my sanity. So the Fight Club situation is over here. And then midday protocol, those serve as bookends for your lead gen time. The Fight Club portion of the day is just go in, and even if you're not with us, and I'm gonna ask you gracefully as your friend and your coach, if you're already doing lead gen, just turn your camera on. And I'll be the first one to admit it. I'm in there a lot, and my camera's off because I'm having conversations in here, right? I'm always going to be on there. If I'm in the building, you'll see at least my little screen is up with the picture of me in the Shark Tank looking out the window, questioning all my life choices. But I'm there, and whatever you're doing to build your business, just do it in that space so we can give energy to others, right? So people know, and the whole purpose of Fight Club is doing hard things together. Solidarity. That is human nature. People want to do hard things together. They want to feel a solidarity. They want to understand that other people are embracing the suck with them. That's the purpose of Fight Club. And it just serves as a study hall. And our calendar, our morning news, and our greater calendar available on KWCLMHub.com is really just a mirror image of what we are recommending, right? Can't tell you how to run your business. I can only offer best practices. If you don't know what your face should be doing, just simply turn to our calendar, and it's going to offer some sort of help. So Fight Club's every day, Monday through Friday, 9 to I almost said 9 to 5. It could be. We'll leave it open for you. 9 to 11. Now, today's Wednesday. So don't forget, today's Wednesday. We also have today, holiday gift wrapping is taking place today here in Portsmouth. Holiday gift wrapping takes place today here in Portsmouth. If you have a gift, you want it wrapped, you can bring it in. We are wrapping gifts today for a donation, a simple donation to KW Cares to raise money for the massive fund that helps take care of agents nationwide here at Keller Williams. International, of course, as the entire body, and then, of course, locally here to help one another out as well. So that's taking place in the 9 o'clock hour. No commercial contracts today. So 9 o'clock, you got Fight Club or gift wrapping. And you know what? That might be a combination of the two. Now at 10 o'clock, we're right back on schedule at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock, we do have Maine at 10 o'clock. At 11 o'clock, we do have New Hampshire. Those are both at KellerTV.com. and in person here in Portsmouth. And then at 12 o'clock, road maps. And maps, if you're paying attention, or maybe, I'm saying that if you don't know this, it's no judgment if you don't know this. The acronym MAPS here at Keller Williams historically stands for Mega Achievement Productivity Systems, or Mega Agent Productivity. It's actually Mega Achievement Productivity Systems, I believe. All that aside, MAPS for us is, I'm basically saying MAPS stands for, mega agent panels or mega agent presentations. And today we have a mega agent presentation. Our dear friend, Zach Eaton, is doing roadmaps today with the buyer presentation. So the buyer presentation today in person here in Portsmouth, that's at 12 noon. There's your schedule for the day. You've got contracts for Maine and New Hampshire, 10 and 11 o'clock. If you were licensed in both those states, it would behoove you to be in the room. It would behoove you to be on the Keller TVs for that. I think we sometimes, not always, sometimes we can take very lightly our responsibility to that paperwork, our responsibility that was given to us, right? By accepting the role of realtor in the states in which we serve. And it's our responsibility to be able to translate that paperwork for the consumers. It can appear to be laissez-faire for us. We do this all the time. But sometimes it's difficult to read the label when you're inside the jar, right? That term insider baseball, like, well, I know it. The curse of knowledge doesn't necessarily translate to your explanation to the consumer. And if the consumer doesn't understand what they're getting into with the paperwork, that sounded precarious. If they don't understand the meaning and the weight and the support and the security of the paperwork, if we're being honest, and it's just us here, that contract is absolutely designed to protect your consumer, your client at every turn. So if we're not comfortable with it and we're going into the conversation, we're going into the presentation with any level of trepidation, how do you expect them to feel? People will sense your nerves. People will sense your lack of confidence. I almost said incompetence. Stay with me, because what do we know? We know that competence builds confidence and confidence builds competence. Say that 10 times fast. So if you are behaving nervous around the paperwork, what would you expect them to feel? I mean, our average home price at our market center is hovering around $550. If I don't think that my agent understands what they're presenting to me, do I think they understand what they're presenting at all? So I invite you to make sure that you are comfortable presenting this in a dark room, blindfolded, with the paperwork upside down. Our job, our duty, our commitment to our consumers and our clients is to exude confidence, to instill confidence, and to deliver competence at every frickin' turn. And we don't do that when we sort of ad hoc drop into contracts here and there if you've got time. Wednesday mornings is contracts. There's nowhere else you should be. And if you're like, well, that's a long morning, Timmy. Well, Barbara said with love, you said, I got to get Mass. I got to get Maine. I got to get New Hampshire. This is the ride you signed up for. So let's please enter into these conversations with the respect they deserve, taking care of our consumers, because we beat the daylights out of contracts every Wednesday. Even when we think we're too cool for school, be in that room. Iron sharpens iron. That's what our schedule is for. I'd get off my soapbox, but I'm not on one. I'm seated comfortably in my office. And I don't want to start a Wednesday shooting all over you. That's not the point of this. You've heard me say it a million times. Stupid is undefeated, and there's a lot of it out there. So as market leaders, which is who you are, we have to be super sharp. Every one of you at some point has or will help a co-broke with their contract, because it behooves you to do that to keep the deal together. Our job is win-win. As soon as we go under contract with another agent and their client, we have formed a new team. We do not disclose motivation. We don't suddenly blow up confidentiality. That's not my point, but we do work together. And you've seen some of the people that snuck into the club. There's some pretty sharp marbles out there. So even if you feel supremely prepared to sit at your next kitchen table, your next negotiation, your next closing table, you know your stuff inside and out, I'm going to ask you, for the betterment of our community, for our industry, for the competency of the marketplace we serve, make time for contracts every week. It is supremely important that we are on top of our game, because more often than not, you probably have to play zone and help the agent across the table. That's not a judgment. That's just a fact. And I know you know what I mean. So let's be market leaders. Let's be in contracts. Let's be prepared to help everyone have a win-win. That's our calling. After contracts, don't forget you got a chance to get your gifts wrapped here. It's all in the morning news. And then at 12 o'clock again, Zach Eaton, one of our best, doing roadmaps, the buyer presentation that's in person in here in Portsmouth. If I can help with anything, please let me know. It is 603-834-2856. Do not forget, you're the best of the best. And we do not stay there because we're reading our own press clippings. We stay there because practice does not make perfect. Perfect practice makes perfect. Let's endeavor to be the best versions of ourselves. Our consumers, our clients, this industry deserves the best version of us. Have a great day.